Good day students. Myself Dr. Monica Khetarpal. I am Associate Professor of Physics in Government Dungar College, Bikaner. I am dealing with first paper of MSc Previous Physics, Classical Mechanics. In my last lecture, we have discussed about transformation. Canonical transformation means that we are changing from one set of coordinate small q p to a new set of coordinate which are denoted by capital Q and capital P. Q means generalized coordinate and P means generalized momenta. Now, in my today's lecture, we will discuss the condition for transformation to be canonical. There are various conditions to prove that given transformation is canonical. The method we are discussing today is the exact differential condition. What is the exact differential condition? It states that summation over j capital Pj dqj minus small pj dqj or the factor summation small pj dqj minus capital Pj d of capital Qj. This must be an exact differential of a function f. This condition is termed as exact differential condition. Now we will prove this condition. In order to prove this condition, I am taking the condition of canonical transformation. The condition for canonical transformation is summation Pj Qj dot minus h minus capital Pj Qj dot minus k, this equal df upon dt. Here f is the generating function. I am taking the condition when this generating function does not contain time. The relation between old and new Hamiltonian is k equal to h plus df upon dt. K is the new Hamiltonian, h is the old Hamiltonian, and I have taken the condition that generating function do not include time. So the factor del f by del t must be equal to 0. So I obtain the condition that old and new Hamiltonian are same, that is k equal to h. Using k equal to h in the expression, I get summation Pj Qj dot minus capital Pj Qj dot equal to df upon dt. On solving this, I get summation Pj dqj minus capital Pj dqj equal to df. Here df is the exact differential of f. So, to prove whether the transformation is canonical, we have to find out the value of this factor and prove that it is an exact differential of function. So, now I am solving the problems on this exact differential condition. The first problem which I am taking is show that the transformation capital Q equal to under root 2 small q e raised to power a cos p, and another value which is given to us is capital P under root 2q e raised to power minus a sin pp, sin of p. I have to prove that this transformation is canonical. We have derived the condition of exact differential capital P d capital Q minus small p d small q equal to df. This is the condition which we have to prove. From the given factors, I have to find d capital Q. So differentiating d with differentiating q with d, Q contains two factors which are variables, small q and small p. So first of all, I am differentiating it with respect to small q. And the second term is the differential of capital Q with respect to small p. This is the value of dq which is obtained by differentiating it. Now I am solving my exact differential condition. That is, I am finding the value of capital P dq minus small p dq. Putting the capital P which is given to me is under root 2q e raised to power minus a sin p. This is the value. I have determined the value of d capital Q, substituting its value, minus the factor small p dq. Now opening the bracket, I get the term sin p cos p dq minus 2 small q sin square p dp minus p small p dq. The first term can be written in the form of sin 2p. In order to do this, I have multiplied numerator and denominator by a factor of 2. And I have collected the terms of dq. So this factor becomes sin 2p upon 2 minus p dq being common. The remaining factor is minus 2q sin square p dp. I can express my first term as partial derivative with respect to q, half q sin 2p minus pq. The outside factor is dq plus del by del p half q sin 2p minus pq and the outside factor which is the same dp. So I got my function f to be half q sin 2p minus pq. I have written this expression as del f upon del q dq plus del f upon del p dp, which can be expressed as df. So I have expressed the given transformation in the form of exact differential condition. Hence, we can say that the transformation which is given to us is canonical. Now, I am moving over to the next problem. The next problem states that show that the transformation capital P equal to 1 upon P and capital P given to me is QP square is canonical. I am solving this by using the exact differential condition. The condition is small p dq minus capital P d of capital Q is equal to df. The given factor is capital Q, so I have to find dq. Differential of dq is minus 1 upon p square dp. Now solving the expression, small p dq minus capital P is given to me qp square, dq is given to me minus 1 upon p square dp. The factor p square cancels out. I get the term p dq plus q dp. This can be expressed as d differential of p and q. So my generating function is pq. This is the exact differential condition. Hence, the transformation which is given to me is canonical in nature. So students, by solving the exact differential condition, we can easily show that the given transformation is canonical or not. Based on exact differential condition, I have another problem in which I am given capital P which depends on small p and small q, and a capital Q is given also in terms of small q and small p. The capital P is 2, 1 plus q raised to power half cos p, q raised to power half sin p. Capital Q is log 1 plus q raised to power half cos p. I have to prove that transformation is canonical. As done in my previous examples, we have find out the value of dq. We are going to find the value of dq. Differential of log is, suppose I am having log x. Differential of log x is 1 upon x. And there is a differential of x. So, solving dq, I get the value cos p dq minus 2q sin p dp upon 2q raised to power half 1 plus q raised to power half cos p. Putting the value in the exact differential condition, which is small p dq minus capital P dq, and solving, I get differential small q bracket small p minus half sin 2p. I am able to express this expression in the form of exact differential condition. Hence, when we can express capital P dq minus small p dq in the form of an exact differential, we can say that given transformation is canonical. So, the transformation which we are given is canonical. The next problem is, I have to show that small qj, capital Qj, this generates the exchange transformation in which position and momentum coordinate are interchanged. In our previous lecture, we have discussed 4 forms of generating function. Generating function generates canonical transformation. It depends on old coordinate, n number of coordinates will be old and n number of coordinates will be new and one factor will be time. This is the first form of generating function. So, f is equal to f1, small q, capital Q and t. This is the first form of generating function. And in this first form, we have derived our expressions as small pj equal to del f1 upon del qj and capital Pj to be minus del f1 upon del capital Qj. The function is f1. We will solve these equations. Small pj is del f1 upon del qj. Differentiating f1 with respect to q, I get capital Qj. And similarly, solving the other expression, capital Pj is minus del f1 upon del qj. Differentiating f1 with respect to qj, I get minus qj. So, the old coordinate, which is small qj, becomes new momenta and old momenta becomes new coordinate. That means position coordinate and momenta are interchanged. And this was the statement of our problem, in which we have to show that position coordinate and momenta are interchanged. So, we have proved that position and momenta coordinate are interchanged. So, in order to prove that transformation is canonical or not, we have to solve the exact differential condition. The statement of exact differential condition is small pj dqj minus capital Pj dqj. This must be equal to df. Where what is df? df is the exact differential of a function F. Thank you students for watching.